Hi girls, it's Danita with Booty Bands, and I'm here to help you avoid weight gain during the holidays. I'm going to tell you the secrets of how to avoid weight gain during the holidays that most fitness experts don't talk about. Number one, you've already known about your typical ways of how to lose weight during the holidays, but is it fun? It's absolutely not. Eating your vegetables, drinking more water, having less white carbs, lowering your carbs, less alcohol. But how fun is that when you lose on the social, all the fun new taste, all the environment, you know, the holiday Christmas parties? The two secrets are, one, progression, not perfection, and two, all about your hormones. Stay with me, I'm going to tell you about all of it. So here's the first one. The first one is progression, not perfection. And I love this one because that's how I myself have been able to transform, as well as all my other clients. And you know, feeling that there's like always this end result of what you want to look like or what you want to become, things like that can become very overwhelming. And so instead, to break those up into small goals is way better. And of course, you get a hormone release every single time that you're able to check off those little goals. So let me explain an example of progression, not perfection. Let's say you have an end goal of losing 20 pounds or seeing your abs. Knowing that either one of these requires a specific diet and that requires a lot of different changes for you, you already haven't done it, so how would you be able to just start tomorrow to make all those perfect changes? My idea is progressing towards that, and that is, instead of eliminating like 10 things out of your diet, eliminate 2 things out of your diet so you're able to slowly go into that and feel comfortable with those 2 things, and progress into 3, eventually 4, and eventually you're going to get to 10 and have no idea how you got there, and you're going to already see the transformation with your body. A quick story of this and how it's worked for me is I used to work in a desk job, so I sat down from 8 to 5 Monday through Friday, and when you're in the office environment, there's a lot of donuts and bagels and all these treats that come in just because people are wanting to feed office people for some reason. Anyways, and so what ended up happening is I always tended to have like 2 donuts every single time because I didn't want just one flavor, I wanted 2 flavors. And then it seemed like it was getting out of control and I wanted to just try all the donuts. And eventually I said, you know what, it's not where my goals are. I want to be able to lose X amount of weight, or I want to see my abs. And so what I did instead is I said, I'm going to cut them in half. And that was my progression. After I cut them in half, I cut them in 4s. After 4s, eventually just cut it into little slivers, and then at that point it was okay, like I felt fine without it. But instead of just going cold turkey, I had to make those small steps. Well, this video is definitely turning into progression, not perfection. I had to move because we've got frisbees flying past me, screaming kids in the corner, dogs chewing me. It's been a wreck. The progression, not perfection is a staple that I use of not overwhelming the people that I'm trying to change and that are in our member group, because it allows them to get knowledge and allows them to feel like they can progress into their desired goal rather than that overwhelming anxiety, I'm not there yet, depression, etc. Comment below on any questions that you have with progression and not perfection, and I definitely will be on there looking at any of your comments and see how there's a way I can help you. And then we'll go into number 2, and this is about your hormones. Instead of just hearing all those simple things that we can do we already know, how about let's dive a little bit deeper and go into the root of the problem. So how can hormones help you avoid weight gain during the holidays? First one, knowing that eating is enjoyable. What hormone do you think is released during that? The answer is endorphins. So instead of eating and getting your comfort, your enjoyment out of eating, you can actually ease that stress or pain instead through laughing, exercise, and how about smelling vanilla or lavender? It sounds crazy, but why don't you try it? The next is eating is a social aspect of our culture, and we feel like we're turning someone down if they give us eggnog or an alcohol drink or a bunch of sweets or something, we feel bad because in a way it allows us to be able to be social with one another, almost how like cigarette smoking and just drinking together is. The answer, instead of just accepting all of that to try to be social, is releasing the hormone oxytocin. Oxytocin is, they say it's a cuddle hormone, a touching, a feeling, a loving, sex. You know, that's actually another way that that can be released. So instead of, you know, feeling like you have to, again, partake of the social environment with your eggnog, instead, touch someone, give them a gift. You know, get close with your loved ones during the holidays and really ease those hormones that way. The next one is all these new tastes, all these fun things during the holidays. You're like, oh, I don't get them all year round, so I only get them right now. Well, the answer to this one is releasing the hormone serotonin. This is your feel important hormone, and this you can actually get through being in the sunlight. You can also get it by reflecting on an acknowledgement or an award that you either just received or have received in the past or are excited to receive. So something that's going to boost your level of importance. A little tip as well, you can combine these hormones, and here's an example. Going up to a family member and saying, oh, hey, I got that award for this, and them touching you and being like, yeah, that was so awesome, I'm so proud of you. That's oxytocin and serotonin at the same time, and it's help avoiding your weight gain. So far you've heard of 3 reasons why eating is so fun, and I'm gonna go into the 4th. So let's recap. We went over enjoyment, we went over social, we went over new tastes, and now we're gonna go over why eating had the no rules. Let me explain about no rules. When you're allowed to just eat freely with whatever you want, there's no portion control, there's no limitations, you don't have to eat your vegetables first. Honestly, you can just eat whatever your body or your taste buds say, eat me, right? Having no rules feels good because there's no limitations and it's around the Christmas time. So instead, there's a hormone that you can release that isn't also feel good, and that is your dopamine. Dopamine are your small goals being achieved, or just goals in general being achieved. I say small because I'd like you to use those small. Again, like I said before, progression, not perfection. And so when you are able to conquer every single one of those small goals, you actually get a little piece of dopamine. Dopamine, it's like when you check something off your to-do list, you know how good that feels? That's dopamine. And so I highly say make a vision board, write those small goals, and every time you hit those small goals, give yourself a little gift. Don't feed yourself with those gifts. Instead, put money towards a trip. Put money towards that expensive jewelry you want, or a new outfit, something in that matter that makes you feel like, you know what, you're working towards something. So to sum it all up, instead of all those 4 ways that you can actually get excited or enjoyed, or the social, or you know, the no rules as far as eating goes, you can actually get those through other ways of interacting and basically knowledge and tricking yourself of releasing those hormones through what I just taught you. So I challenge you that the holiday season, you get out there, you get some sunlight, you make some fun goals because you already know how to lose the weight. It's now breaking it down into simple layman terms, and honestly, really putting yourself in more of a vulnerable place. You know, touching someone, engaging someone, communicating, you know, being able to really open yourself up, which may feel uncomfortable. It feels better just to go in a corner and eat, I understand. But instead, make yourself a bigger and better person, and let's honestly do that. Make ourselves better than we were yesterday. So you're going to be shocked if you try these 2 things that I mentioned about how to avoid weight gain during the holidays. Again, those were progression, not perfection, and using your hormones instead of eating your hormones. Anyways, you get what I mean. So go ahead and comment below. Let me know your thoughts. If you did do the challenge, let me know what you learned out of it. I'm definitely gonna do the same thing. I've got my own little goals that I'm gonna try to reach as well, so let's do it together. And go ahead and hit like and subscribe to see more videos like this so I can further help with your progression. Hit your subscribe button if you wanna get more free videos on how to shrink your waist, bubble that booty, change your mental, and literally change your life.